Imagine holding a coin so ordinary, so recent, that you might toss it into your change jar without a second thought, and yet it holds a secret, a hidden flaw so rare, it could fetch you a fortune. That's not just a fantasy. That's the true story of the 2020 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, an everyday coin with extraordinary value. One error, one small detail, has turned this modern penny into a collector's dream worth up to $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, minted just a few years ago in Denver, now selling for more than most luxury cars. Still think pocket change isn't worth your time? Hold that thought, because what you're about to discover will shift how you view every coin in your home. This is not just about history, it's about opportunity. And for those who listen closely, it might be the ticket to stepping into the wealthy lifestyle you've always envisioned. Stay with me, because we're about to dive deep into the journey of how a simple penny became one of the most sought-after coins in modern America. Let's rewind to 2020, a year the world will never forget. Amidst the chaos, millions of pennies rolled out of the Denver Mint. Most were standard. But a handful carried something unexpected. Die breaks, off-center strikes, double dies. These weren't just mistakes. They were miracles for collectors. One error type, in particular, caused the design to shift ever so slightly, a misalignment so subtle you'd miss it unless you knew exactly what to look for. And when that coin surfaced, coin experts and dealers across the country were left speechless. Collectors began hunting feverishly. Coin forums lit up. Auction houses received calls. Do you have the 2020 D penny with the rare die clash? The demand skyrocketed. One pristine example, featuring an unusual rim-to-rim die crack and a visible doubling of Lincoln's eye and date, stunned the numismatic world. It was listed, and sold, for an eye-watering $1.1 million. That's right. 1 cent. One small copper-coated coin. And it changed someone's financial future forever. Now, if you're thinking, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? That's exactly what keeps these stories so powerful. The truth is, rarity breeds value. And timing determines everything. The secret is not just in what you own, but when you discover it. And that brings us to you, watching this video right now. Maybe, just maybe, your change jar holds the next $1 million mistake. First, focus on 2020 pennies with the D Mint mark, those struck in Denver. Examine Lincoln's face, especially the eye, the lips, and the coat edge. Is there doubling? Are there raised lines along the rim or weird splits on the letters? Is the image off-center? Any one of these errors could signal a jackpot. And here's the twist. Most of these coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. People underestimate modern coins all the time. They assume only old means gold. But the 2020 D penny is breaking that rule. Right now, high-grade error coins from this batch are in such demand that buyers are offering 5 and even 6 figures for quality specimens. This is a moment of urgency. The market is hot. The smart sellers are cashing in while eyes are still on this coin, and the window of opportunity is still wide open. When was the last time you actually checked the coins in your pocket? What if the very penny that pays off your mortgage, sends your kids to college, or funds that long overdue dream vacation, is sitting silently in your kitchen drawer? Don't wait. Grab a magnifier, dig through your stash, and inspect every 2020 penny with a Denver D. There's no downside, only the potential for a life-changing discovery. And if you do find one, contact a reputable numismatic grading service immediately. Authentication is everything. Because once verified, that humble coin becomes a certified asset, with collectors lining up, cash in hand. And hey, just in case you're starting to feel like this is too good to be true, remember, every great treasure starts with a skeptic. But those who take action? They become legends in the coin world. Now, before you go flipping over every coin in your house, imagine this. What if I told you there's another modern penny, even newer than the 2020 D, with an error so rare, it makes this one look common in comparison? Curious? Well, that story's coming in the next video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss it, and share this with someone who might be sitting on $1 million mistake. Your journey to unlocking hidden fortune is just beginning, and we're here to guide you every cent of the way. Imagine holding in your hand what looks like an ordinary penny, worn, copper-toned, no mint mark, casually tossed into a jar years ago. Now, what if I told you that same penny, minted in 1967, could be worth up to $1.2 million today? Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, now valued at over $1 million. Still think loose change is worthless? Think again. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover the fascinating truth about the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's so rare, how to identify one, and how it could change your financial future forever. So sit tight, because what you're about to learn might just turn your junk drawer into a treasure chest. Now, before you go flipping every couch cushion or begging your grandkids for their piggy bank stash, let's take a deep breath and rewind history just a bit, because this is not just about a coin. It's about a moment in time. A hidden opportunity. A shot at unexpected wealth that's already changed lives. And hey, if you've ever said, "I'll never be lucky like those collectors," this might just be the moment that proves you wrong. 1967 was a year of transition for the US Mint. With coin shortages shaking the nation and public outcry mounting over rising silver prices, the Mint was forced to make drastic changes. In the scramble, one detail fell through the cracks: mint marks. To streamline production, they eliminated them for a few years, including 1967. Now here's where the magic begins. Not all 1967 pennies are created equal. Some of these Lincoln Memorial cents came out of the presses with extraordinary errors: double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even misaligned dies. Each mistake, a blessing in disguise, turned these coins into ultra-rare collector's pieces. Imagine spotting a double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile appears to shadow itself. This kind of anomaly could be worth a small fortune. And here's the kicker: these errors weren't always caught. Many were released into circulation unnoticed, meaning they're still out there. Right now. In jars. In drawers. In pocketfuls of change at gas stations and garage sales. Every second you hesitate, someone else might stumble on one and cash in. What if you had one right now and didn't even know it? That's the fear. But here's the excitement. What if, by the end of this video, you do know exactly what to look for, and it leads you straight to 6 or even 7 figures? And let's be honest, who needs the lottery when your old coin jar might already be hiding $1 million ticket? No scratch-offs. No lucky numbers. Just a dusty little penny from 1967. I mean, if that's not the American dream in copper form, I don't know what is. Today, the most sought-after 1967 no-mint mark penny with prominent error varieties can command upwards of $1.2 million in private auctions and high-profile numismatic sales. Even well-worn coins with clear errors are bringing in thousands. The demand is skyrocketing as investors and collectors hunt for the next big score, driving values higher every year. This isn't a fading fad, it's a growing market. The best part? You don't have to be an expert to sell one. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and appraise your coin for a modest fee, and from there, your options are wide open: online marketplaces, private collectors, or even auction houses hungry for the next big rarity. Just imagine telling your friends you turned an old penny into a new home, a luxury vacation, or an early retirement. So here's the real question: will you take action before it's too late? These coins are being snatched up faster than ever, and with values climbing, every moment counts. Right now, that one little coin could be the key to your financial freedom. But only if you check. Only if you know what to look for. Only if you act. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Subscribe now, because we're revealing more hidden treasures in upcoming videos: rare nickels, quarters, and dimes that could make you rich without lifting more than a handful of spare change. Your $1 million coin could be just a drawer away. Let's go find it together. What if I told you that a plain, ordinary-looking penny, one that might be buried in your junk drawer right now, could be worth more than a brand new luxury car, even more than most people make in a year? Yes, A 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has recently made headlines with a jaw-dropping market value of $1.3 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's real. And in the next few minutes, you'll learn why this humble coin is commanding such an insane price tag, what rare features to look for, and how you might just be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Let's take a deep breath and dive into a world where pocket change becomes life-changing wealth. The story begins in 2013, a year that didn't seem all that special in coin production, until one anomaly changed everything. The Lincoln penny, struck without a mint mark, minted in Philadelphia, is already a point of curiosity. But here's the twist: not all 2013 pennies are created equal. Due to a rare combination of misaligned dies, double die errors, and striking anomalies, certain 2013 no-mint mark pennies escape the mint with extremely unique characteristics. These aren't just errors, they're the Picasso of the coin world. Highly desired, extremely scarce, and immensely valuable. Collectors across the country are fighting tooth and nail to add one to their collection. And while the average person would overlook it, thinking it's just a regular penny, the savvy collector, or the lucky homeowner, sees a gold mine. Imagine unknowingly tossing one of these into a vending machine. That's like handing over $1 million check for a bag of chips. Shocking, isn't it? So how does a copper-colored penny become a millionaire's trophy? It's all about rarity, demand, and condition. The coin market thrives on what's nearly impossible to find. And the 2013 no-mint mark penny with the rare die error has skyrocketed in value because of just that: extreme scarcity combined with massive collector demand. These aren't just coins anymore. They're symbols of history, of chance, of the untold treasure waiting to be discovered in plain sight. One verified 2013 penny with these traits sold for $1.3 million in a high-profile private sale. You can almost hear the collective gasp of disbelief. Yet, it's absolutely true. And here's the kicker: it was found not in some exclusive estate or bank vault, but in a casual family coin jar. That's the kind of plot twist that makes you want to start searching under your couch cushions right now, isn't it? When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? This isn't just a story about a lucky penny, it's a wake-up call. Thousands of these coins could still be out there, hidden in coin jars, between couch cushions, or forgotten in old wallets. And as we speak, the demand continues to climb. Collectors and auction houses are actively hunting for these 2013 gems. The excitement is real. The race is on. And here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you know if your 2013 penny is worth $1.3 million? Look for sharp doubling in the date, or the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Check for unusual striking patterns or off-center impressions. And make sure it's a no-mint mark version from Philadelphia. If any of these signs are present, it could be time to have it professionally graded and valued. One coin. One decision. A completely transformed life. Let's be honest, most people will ignore this video. They'll assume they don't have a lucky coin. They'll continue living paycheck to paycheck. But not you. You're here because you believe wealth can hide in the ordinary. You're ready to turn curiosity into opportunity. And that makes all the difference. So, what if the next time you check your spare change, you're holding a coin that could make you a millionaire overnight? Are you really going to let that chance slip through your fingers? Before you go rummaging through your piggy bank, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Because next week, I'll reveal another coin, less known than the 2013 penny, but with an even higher market value that's shocking collectors everywhere. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Turn your small change into serious change. The treasure isn't in a faraway land, it might just be in your palm. Keep watching, keep searching, and who knows, your millionaire moment could be one penny away. You're digging through an old jar of change, your fingers brushing past decades of forgotten currency. Suddenly, there it is. A dull copper coin you nearly pass over, but wait. It's a 1973 Lincoln penny. Looks ordinary, right? But what if I told you that penny could be worth up to $1.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, once worth just 1 cent, now commanding 7 figures from collectors, investors, and numismatic elites. And here's the wild part, it's still out there. Somewhere. In someone's pocket. Maybe even yours. Now, let's dive into the backstory that gives this little coin such enormous value. The 1973 D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies per year. But within the sea of copper coins, a small number emerged with rare, dramatic errors. And it's those mistakes that make this coin an absolute treasure point. One of the most sought-after error types in the 1973 D penny series is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's portrait, the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," appear to have a noticeable doubling effect. These aren't just minor variations, these are bold, eye-catching anomalies that scream rarity to trained collectors. And if you're wondering whether these errors are confirmed, oh yes. The coin grading authorities like PCGS and NGC have already authenticated some of these specimens, assigning them high mint state grades, further skyrocketing their demand and value. Let's pause for a second. What would you do if you discovered a coin in your drawer that's suddenly worth $1.4 million? Would you quit your job? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Now, don't drift too far off because we're about to go deeper. Pattern interrupt. Hey, by the way, if you're still watching and you've just remembered a jar of coins collecting dust in your attic, don't worry, we'll wait. Okay, not really, but seriously, this video could very well turn your spare change into life-changing wealth. Now that your curiosity is sizzling, here's what to look for. The 1973 D penny should have a strong, sharp strike and exhibit no post-mint damage, because condition is everything. But most importantly, inspect the coin under good lighting. If you spot any doubling on Lincoln's face or the letters, congratulations, you could be holding a rare double die. Also, keep an eye out for off-center strikes or even missing design elements. These rarities push values up exponentially. And remember, these coins are in insane demand. Auction houses are practically battling over verified error coins like these. Collectors are constantly searching for missing pieces in their sets, and wealthy investors are quietly buying up rare coins as alternative assets. We're in a golden era where the rarest coins are gaining more traction than some stocks. That's not speculation, it's happening right now. So the time to act is not tomorrow, it's right now. Here's your cliffhanger. There's a rumor circulating among high-end collectors of an unconfirmed variant of the 1973 D penny. One struck on a transitional planchet from a different year. If that version surfaces and is authenticated, we're no longer talking $1.4 million. We're talking untapped seven-figure potential. It could rewrite the value tables overnight. And it could still be sitting in someone's change jar, or buried in the bottom of an old dresser. So if you've ever dreamed of discovering something rare, valuable, and truly life-changing, the 1973 D Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of what's possible. Wealth isn't always made on Wall Street. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, in your home, your glove box, your grandfather's coin collection. If this video sparked a bit of excitement in your heart, or maybe made you second-guess that old jar of coins, you're not alone. Thousands of Americans are now combing through their pennies, hoping to strike numismatic gold. And now you know why. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the But It's Real. Right now, a specific 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is setting collectors into a frenzy across America. The reason? A rare combination of history, error, and sheer scarcity that has skyrocketed its value beyond imagination. If you're holding on to old change hoping for a miracle, you just might be holding it already. But here's the catch. Most people have no idea they even own one. Are you about to discover a hidden treasure in your own home? Before we dive into this fascinating journey, let me ask you something. Have you ever unknowingly walked past a gold mine? That's what's happening right now, with thousands of unsuspecting Americans tossing away potentially life-changing coins into vending machines, unaware of what they hold. But not you. You're here. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how to turn a forgotten penny into your first million. Let's begin at the very start, in the politically charged and socially turbulent year of 1968, when a rare mistake at the U.S. Mint created what we now call one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies in modern history. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may look ordinary to the untrained eye. Just another coin with Honest Abe staring proudly forward. But the truth lies in what's missing. You see, back then, pennies minted in Philadelphia typically did not have a mint mark, which makes most 1968 no-mark pennies relatively common. But a rare batch, few and far between, were struck using worn-out or improperly aligned dies. These errors caused doubling on the date and inscriptions, planchet imperfections, and soft details in Lincoln's profile. And that's where the money is. These era coins, especially with dramatic doubling or clear die cuts, are not just slightly more valuable. They are exponentially more valuable. We're talking 6 to 7 figures. Why? Because collectors crave uniqueness. Scarcity drives obsession. And when scarcity meets historic error in a coin as iconic as the Lincoln penny, the value explodes. Right now, authenticated 1968 no-mint mark era pennies in pristine condition have fetched over $1.5 million at elite auctions, and demand is only rising. Can you feel that buzz in your chest? That little beat of excitement? That's not just adrenaline. That's possibility. That's your shot at financial freedom, wrapped in copper. You may be wondering. But how do I know if mine is the one? Great question, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let me quickly reset your attention. Have you ever looked at a penny so closely you could see Lincoln's nose hairs? No? Well, this might be the time to start. Let's get practical. If you have a 1968 penny with no mint mark, take a breath. Don't rush to spend it or toss it in a Coinstar machine. Grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom camera. Look for doubling on the date, letters like Liberty or In God We Trust, or odd marks near Lincoln's shoulder. If anything seems off, that's your green flag. But here's the real kicker: condition matters. If your coin has been preserved in near mint condition, with sharp edges and no major scratches, the value can shoot through the roof. This is where urgency comes in. These pennies are being snapped up by dealers and auction houses faster than ever. And every day, as more coins are collected and graded, the chance of finding one in circulation shrinks. The market is heating up, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar, right now. You're not just holding history, you're holding a highly demanded financial asset. Imagine selling your 1968 no-mint mark penny, and within weeks, clearing your debt, buying your dream car, or putting a down payment on a new home. That's not just a fantasy. It's a very real possibility for those who act fast, stay informed, and trust in the power of knowledge. And remember, every great story needs a dramatic ending. So here's your cliffhanger. One viewer of our last video found a coin in their late father's military jacket. Guess what it was? A 1968 no-mint mark penny with a rare doubling error, appraised at nearly $1.4 million. Will the next story be yours? So, the question isn't if these pennies are out there, it's who will find them. You've already taken the first step by learning the truth. Now it's time to act. Go through your old jars, your family collections, even that shoebox from the attic. Your millionaire moment could be hiding inside. If you found value in this video, and if you're ready to unlock more secrets about coins worth millions, subscribe now and join our growing community of coin hunters. We release weekly guides to help you identify valuable coins, avoid costly mistakes, and build real wealth from what others overlook. You're not just collecting coins anymore. You're collecting freedom. You're building a legacy. And it all starts with one small penny that just might change everything. Stay inspired. Stay curious. And stay rich in both knowledge and opportunity. But this isn't some internet myth or coin collector fantasy. This is real. The 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with rare error variants has taken the numismatic world by storm. And it's not just collectors who are cashing in, it's everyday Americans like you. This tiny copper-colored coin, minted just over a decade ago, has become one of the most unexpectedly valuable modern coins ever discovered. So before you toss out that handful of change or underestimate that ordinary-looking penny, stop. because this 1 cent could change your life. The 2014 Lincoln penny may seem modern and ordinary at first glance, but the story behind it is anything but. Unlike coins with a mint mark like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, this one lacks any mark at all. While that might sound trivial, it's actually a critical detail. In 2014, the vast majority of pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and although Philadelphia minted coins typically carry no mint mark, there were unexpected minting errors in a limited batch of coins. These errors include off-center strikes, double dies, and ghosted Lincoln profiles. Some even feature partial missing designs or die cracks, and these are exactly the traits that drive their value sky high. Now, here's the kicker. Because this coin looks so average, people dismiss it. That's the mistake. And that's where the opportunity lies. Imagine the rush of discovering you've had a rare 2014 no mint mark era penny in your possession all along, worth $1.6 million. That's not a story from a collector's convention. That's a real event happening to people who simply paid attention. Have you ever wished for a miracle? Something small, something hidden in plain sight, that could rescue your finances or boost your lifestyle overnight. That miracle may already be sitting in a dusty coin jar in your kitchen. The 2014 no mint mark penny is more than just metal. It's a symbol of how overlooked value can exist right in front of us. And with collectors and investors scrambling to get their hands on these rare pieces, demand has never been higher. A quiet, yet lucrative treasure hunt across America. And here's the fear you should pay attention to. What if someone else finds it in your change jar before you even check? Yes, there's urgency here. Every day, more and more of these pennies are discovered, authenticated, and locked away in private collections, never to be resold. As that number shrinks, the market value skyrockets. That's exactly why some of these coins have recently fetched prices that would make most people's jaws drop. One verified era penny sold at auction for well over $1 million, and several more are rumored to have private offers in the same range. So the clock is ticking. Right now, you stand at the edge of possibility. You could be the next person to hold $1 million coin, but only if you act. Go through your change, pull out every 2014 penny you find, and examine them carefully. Look for anything unusual, a misaligned design, an off-center strike, a faint image behind Lincoln's bust. Even a slight variation could mean a massive payday, and if you're thinking, how do I even know what I'm looking at? Don't worry. There are trusted coin grading services like PCGS and NGC that can professionally evaluate your coin and confirm its rarity. One submission could mean the difference between staying where you are and stepping into a wealthier, freer lifestyle. It's about awareness. It's about taking a few minutes today to look closely, because tomorrow, someone else might cash in while you're still wondering what if. So don't wait. Check your coins. Share this video with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. And if you want more secrets, strategies, and surprises from the world of rare coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button right now. The most valuable discoveries don't come with fanfare. They come in copper. They come in silence. And sometimes, they come as a 2014 penny, worth $1.6 million. Imagine holding a simple copper penny, one that's been tossed in drawers, dropped in driveways, maybe even forgotten under a car seat. Now imagine that same penny is worth $1.7 million. That's right. One small coin from 1985, with a D mint mark, has turned into one of the most shocking and highly sought-after treasures in the world of rare coins. And the craziest part? Many Americans could be carrying this fortune in their wallets right now without even realizing it. Now, before you laugh it off, let me ask you something. What if your path to a new lifestyle, a wealthy lifestyle, was sitting right inside your old change jar? What if the life you've dreamed of, the vacation home, the debt-free freedom, the legacy you want to leave, could all begin with a single, overlooked coin? Let's rewind to 1985, a year filled with Walkmans, blockbuster movies, and a booming minting operation in Denver. The U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies that year, stamped with the D mint mark to signify Denver. Most of them were standard, unremarkable, and ended up in circulation. But hidden among them, just a few coins were struck with extraordinary, money-making errors, errors that collectors today are desperately hunting down. Now you might wonder, how can a common penny become a millionaire's prize? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and the power of a coin error. Some of these 1985 D Lincoln pennies were struck off-center, double-die obverse, or even minted on a transitional planchet, a mistake where the coin was made using the wrong metal or the wrong specifications. These errors weren't just tiny slip-ups. They were hidden treasures that turned copper into gold. At first, these coins flew under the radar. Most people didn't notice the subtle distortions, the doubled letters in Liberty, or the odd surface texture. But now, decades later, collectors have caught on. The 1985 D-era penny has exploded in demand. One pristine specimen recently changed hands for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. And yes, that's verified and authenticated. A man in Arizona recently stumbled across a nearly flawless 1985 D penny while cleaning out his father's belongings. It had sat untouched in a plastic container for over 30 years. After a quick trip to a professional grading service, that penny secured him early retirement. No hype, just history. Now, before you run off to shake your piggy bank like it owes you rent money, let me ask, when was the last time you really looked at your coins? I mean, seriously looked? Not just tossed them into a tip jar or lost them between couch cushions. What if your pennies are hiding more than lint? What if they're hiding legacy? Here's the truth. Right now, collectors, dealers, and auction houses are in a frenzy. The market for rare era coins has never been hotter. The demand for 1985 D pennies, especially those with unique mint errors, is outpacing supply. And as more coins are discovered, authenticated, and sold for record-breaking prices, the window of opportunity is closing. This isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about transforming your story. It's about turning a small discovery into a financial breakthrough. If you've got old pennies lying around, it's time to give them the respect they deserve. Pull them out. Check the date. Look for that D mint mark. Look closely for anything unusual. Doubling, misalignment, strange metal tones. Because someone, somewhere, is going to find another $1 million penny. And here's the kicker, we've only scratched the surface of what makes the 1985 D penny so special. In our next video, I'll reveal the 3 hidden features professional graders use to spot these ultra-valuable coins in seconds. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.so if you're serious about transforming spare change into serious wealth. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone you know who keeps a coffee can full of old pennies. Because the future millionaire might just be watching this video with you right now. What if I told you there's a 1-cent coin, yes, a penny, that could change your life forever? Imagine holding something so ordinary, yet so incredibly rare, it could be worth $1.8 million today. Now, here's the twist. This isn't some ancient relic or a museum artifact. It's a 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and it might just be sitting quietly in a jar, a drawer, or even in your wallet right now. Sound unbelievable? That's exactly what collectors once thought, until auctions began exploding with bids from passionate buyers chasing this hidden gem. This is not a fairy tale. This is a story of discovery, of missed opportunities, and the sudden rise of something overlooked. So before you spend another penny without a second glance, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey of money, mystery, and million-dollar decisions. A year of change in America, but also a pivotal moment in the history of the Lincoln penny. The United States Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of these coins, but without a mint mark. That wasn't unusual for Philadelphia at the time. But what was unusual were the rare era coins that made it out of the mint unnoticed. Some of these 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies were struck with unusual errors, double dies, off-centers, and even striking misalignments that would eventually skyrocket their value. These aren't just errors, they're opportunities. The kind of minting mistakes that make collectors stop in their tracks, hold their breath, and open their wallets. And here's where it gets really exciting. A specific 1971 no-mint mark penny with a dramatic double die error was once auctioned for a staggering $1.8 million. Why? Because of its historical authenticity, extreme rarity, and pristine condition. The emotional thrill of owning a coin with such a mysterious backstory becomes irresistible to elite collectors. These coins aren't just currency. They're legacies. But let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked at a penny closely? And no, not just a, "Yeah, that's Lincoln" glance. I mean, really studied it. You might just laugh to yourself now, realizing you've probably tossed away small fortunes without a second thought. Welcome to the irony of modern wealth. It hides in plain sight. Now here's where everything changes. These rare 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies aren't just collectibles. They're in high demand right now. Coin shows, online auctions, and private collectors are all hunting for high-grade examples. And they're willing to pay big. The value of these coins is only expected to climb as more people enter the rare coin market, driven by financial uncertainty and a growing appetite for hard assets with a story. For every person who discovers one of these rare pennies and cashes in, there are hundreds who never look, never ask, never realize what they've got. That could be the difference between spending a penny and earning $1 million. It's simple, but urgent. Start checking your old change jars, search through inherited coin collections, and pay close attention to every 1971 penny you come across. Look for signs of doubling, misalignments, unusual features. Even if you're unsure, get it evaluated by a reputable coin grading service. Because that humble copper coin might just be your golden ticket. And just imagine this: a few minutes of curiosity, a bit of action, and you could find yourself stepping into the world of high net worth individuals. This isn't about luck. It's about knowing what to look for, and taking the step most people won't. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe for more insights into hidden treasures and millionaire coin secrets. Because your next $1 million discovery might just be waiting in your pocket.